Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I practice a morning mindfulness to remind myself that what we think about is what we bring about. I love to start the day quietly with a meditation, with an intention, with setting up my day for success, with reminding myself that I am God's highest form of creation, and that the energy that I put out is what comes back to me. The law is reciprocal. I can't put out lack and limitation and expect abundance. So I've come to love this practice, daily intentional reminders that what we think about, we bring about. Sandy Gallagher was Bob Proctor's partner in the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and she said the results that you are achieving are a direct reflection of the image of yourself you are holding. Improve the image, and the improvement will automatically be reflected in your results. What you see, what you experience, each and every one of us, we are the center of our own universe, our own life. We can all be experiencing a certain condition, but take away different ideas, different feelings, different interpretations of what we went through. We're programmed as young children to fit into society, to learn, to do, to contribute. And that's all necessary. However, oftentimes we've been programmed with ideas of lack and limitation. This is an abundant world. Everything is available to you. What I want for myself, I want for you, but it doesn't restrict me from having it if you have it. Imagine that you could have whatever you wanted, that you just had to be open to receive it, that instead of being programmed to think that there's only so much to go around, what if the desires that you have in your heart are not only meant for you, they are the coming attractions of your life? You wouldn't have the desire unless it was already created. It's just not yet in your physical experience. So rather than getting discouraged, disappointed, and giving up, just know that you're not there yet. Like when you travel to a distant land, it might take 20 hours of flying to reach the destination that you want. Or you could simply just take an 8-hour flight to a different destination. You can choose where you're going, what you experience. You have been gifted with an intellect and intuition, with a beautiful imagination. You can decide, I really want to spend a month in Hawaii. Well, if you focus on that, you would figure out a way to do it, and you would be enjoying your time exactly where you want it to be. You could, for the time that it takes for the trip to come, you don't give up on it. You don't act like you're not going. You know it's in your future. You might have set a budget, you book a flight, you find accommodations, you do everything necessary, and then just before you leave, you're going to pack your suitcase so that you have what you need when you arrive there. Everything comes to you as you need it. You don't need to worry about, did you pack your bathing suit? Because if you're not going until February and it's March, you still have 11 months to wait for that trip. You don't doubt that it's coming. You don't worry about it. You don't get all excited. It's in the distance. Well, that's how any of your dream goals come about. First, you think about what you want, then you decide which direction you're going. You can't go in two directions at the same time. You want to put all your energy into the desire so that you reach the destination that you want. And that happens when you use your mind to decide. First of all, you use your conscious mind. Where do I want to go? What would that be like? Why do I want it? And then when you fall in love with your idea, you plant that seed in your heart. You know that it's coming. And then you just get on with life. You get on with your day. You don't stress, is it coming? You just know it. You've planted the seed, you decided on the destination, and everything falls into place as you need it. One of America's earliest and greatest psychologists, William James, in 1900 said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." Nourish your mind with beautiful images. Allow yourself to sit quietly and set an intention. Maybe you have a beautiful 10-year goal. Well, you don't necessarily have to wait 10 years. Put yourself in the feeling as if you're there. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And imagine what that beautiful goal would be like. It's 10 years down the road. Who have you become? You have all the money you need. You have all the time. And the destination is here now. What are you doing? What are you enjoying? Is it travel alone or with your loved ones? Is it stepping back and enjoying the fantastic results that your business has brought to you in 10 years? You're happily married and you have children. Maybe that is a deep desire of yours. And maybe there's no way you want that. Each person has a deep desire for something more. The universe is always for expansion and fuller expression. Look how much this world has changed just in the time that you've been on this earth. It's mind-boggling to look back and think about where you were 10 years ago. The time goes so fast that your 10-year goal could be here instantly. Time is actually an illusion. Your beautiful, big, audacious dream, it could be part of your life in 6 months. Who says you have to wait 10 years? We can make plans, but when we have a deep desire and we focus all our attention on it, getting into the feeling as if it's already here, that sends a signal to the universe. This is mine. This is what I want. This is what I'm resonating with. This is what I'm in harmony with. We live in a vibrational, energetic world. And the way you feel, the thoughts that you think, the actions that you take create a ripple in the universe and magnetically attract to you whatever you're in harmony with. Your predominant thinking then should be on beauty and joy, happiness and satisfaction, fulfillment, and eagerly anticipating more. What else do you want? There is infinite abundance in this world. You are meant to expand the universe. You are meant to experience more. That's why you're here. You are a spirit in a physical container so that you can see and hear and touch, taste, experience more of every good that life has to offer. In 1960, Dr. Maxwell Maltz said self-image psychology was the greatest psychological discovery of my generation. Imagine that you already have what you want. You already are that version of you. Think about when you were 10 years old. You might not even be able to remember what happened when you were 10 years old or 4 years old. The version of you today is not the version of you as a little child. Most of what you're thinking has been programmed in as an infant, when you were a baby in the crib, when you were 2 years old, before you could express that you didn't agree with your parents, they programmed into you ideas about love, about family, about relationships, about religion, politics, and money. And all that information, all those opinions, all those perceptions became part of your life. You lived it, you experienced it because you were told and programmed this is how the world works. But notice, you're no longer that baby. You're no longer a child. You're no longer the version of you that was a teenager. You're no longer the version of you that learned how to walk. Now you know how to walk, you just walk. But your subconscious mind holds on to the ideas that were programmed into you before you realized what was being programmed. You don't have to continue to live out the ideas of lack and limitation. If you were programmed that you have to work hard for money, that's why you're working hard for money. What if you could just change that image, change that idea, and program your own mind to know that we live in a world of abundance? You have been created to expand the universe, to bring in more, to live better, bigger, healthier, and to share that with the world. To explain, you don't have to explain yourself, but to experience more abundance so that people wonder, what's changed? What's going on? Why are you so happy? Why does luck follow you? Everything seems to happen for your benefit. if you believe it, that's what you'll see, that's what you'll experience. You can change your thinking patterns to whatever you choose, in spite of what's going on in the outside world. In 2007, Sandy Gallagher stated, through a slight shift in your own personal self-image, you can take all the genius and talent you have developed for one profession and apply it effectively to another. Well, I grew up believing that you had to be loyal to an employer, that work was scarce, that you had to work hard for money. And I had a good government job. I spent 39 years in the insurance industry, but I wanted to do something else. I felt a tug to do something more, to create a better life. But my paradigms were so deeply programmed about working hard. And if you're not working, you're lazy. And money comes with effort. And I believed that most of my life. I noticed that. I saw it. I experienced it. I became that. So when I heard that you could change your opinion of yourself and money would pour in, that just sounded like fantasy. That was crazy. That was wrong. But I started to follow Sandy Gallagher and her partner, Bob Proctor, and they became my mentors. And they said, read Psycho-Cybernetics. That's one of the greatest books you'll ever read on self-image psychology. Self-image as we know it today was first discovered by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who was involved in reconstructive surgery, plastic surgery. He could change a person's outside appearance and have them look totally different, more beautiful, whatever they wanted. And sometimes their life changed, and sometimes no matter how perfect they looked on the outside, they still felt ugly, still felt depressed, they still felt that they weren't good enough. So then he recognized that it's not only the outside appearance, but the inside appearance, the inside beliefs that had to change. There's an example in the book. Dr. Maltz said that a patient came to him one day, and this patient said that he was bankrupt, ruined, and disgraced. Dr. Maltz looked at him and said, hold on just a minute. The fact is you are bankrupt, and it is your opinion that you are ruined and disgraced. Just because you're bankrupt doesn't mean you're disgraced. The opinion you have of yourself will always be reflected in the world around you, and it will manifest in the results that you achieve in life. Keep in mind the opinion you have of yourself. In this case, the fellow believing that he was ruined, that he was disgraced, that was his own opinion. And he could change it at any time. People go bankrupt every day and turn around and make fortunes. Doesn't mean that they are ruined. What are you thinking on the inside? We have two images. One that we think about ourselves, what we're capable of, and what we project to the world. But ultimately, what we project to the world is what we see. As the inner image changes, as we start to believe that we are worthy, that we are deserving, that we are abundantly blessed, that we are richly blessed in every area of life. When you start to believe, your subconscious mind runs the show, and you can program it to believe that you are strong and healthy, living in a beautiful body, that you are richly blessed. Your relationships are wonderful. Money flows easily. You enjoy time and money freedom. Everything comes at the right time when you are ready to receive it. All you have to do is get into the vibrational energy of what it would be like to be what you want, to do what you want, to have what you know you would enjoy. Decide what it is that you really want to experience in this life. Get a picture of it, visualize it, hold the image in your mind. Get so deeply involved in how fantastic that feels, how joyful you are, how healthy you are. What a fantastic experience. And as you get into that energetic vibration, you start to realize, well, you could do that. You will do that. You don't know how, but that's the goal. Set it as a target destination, just as if instead of driving to the next city, you're going to fly across the country. Or if you really want to experience a different culture, you're going to fly to the other side of the world. What gets you excited? What do you want? You don't have to worry about how long it's going to take or how much money it's going to cost. When you decide that's the goal, that's the destination, no matter what, that's where I'm going, then your subconscious mind brings you all kinds of ideas, all kinds of opportunities. The way opens up. Not when you're focused on the opposite, I can't because, but when you're in the vibrational energy of already doing it, already seeing it, already experiencing it. Because as a spiritual being with an intellect, you have this beautiful image. You can feel it. That means it's meant for you. It's yours. You're experiencing it in your mind. You're experiencing it on the invisible plane. And it must show up in physical reality. That's just a matter of all the energetic pieces turning to matter. Physicality or matter is the lowest station, the end result. What you've been thinking about is what you're bringing about. So write down, where do you want to go? It doesn't have to be a physical location like Hawaii or a cross-country excursion. Maybe it is building up your business, purposefully serving, doing the work that you love so it doesn't feel like work. You get lost in your purpose, in your passion, in your service, because it's so important to you. And what are you working for? So many people have the idea that you have to work hard and grind it out so that Maybe you get to enjoy a couple of years of retirement. What if you spend 60 years in retirement? What would your purpose be? To enjoy your free time, to enjoy the work that you've done, the life that you've created. Now you have all the free time, all the money you need. What are you going to do with it? Where do you want to travel? How do you want to spend your time? Invest your time, some of your time every morning and every night, first thing in the morning and before you go to sleep, feeling as if you're already happy, healthy, wealthy, abundantly blessed. You're so grateful that you get to experience this life, this lifetime. We have so much abundance. The technology today is total fantasy compared to what it was when I was a child. Life moves so fast. Enjoy it. Decide what you want and write about it. Write the story of your life as if it's already here. Pretend you're writing in your diary, I'm so happy and grateful. This is what happened today. This is what's going on. Don't write it as a distant future fantasy. Write it as a goal already completed, a wish fulfilled. Program your mind so that what you truly desire is what not only you can experience in your imagination and in every cell of your being, but it becomes your experience where the world can see. Imagine you are the person who already has what you want. Whatever your beautiful dream is, your 10-year goal or your 5-year goal, write it down as if it's finished, it's done. How are you feeling? What is your life like now that you are living your goal? Who are you now that your self-image matches that beautiful destination? Create the picture, and you can live in it anytime you choose. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. And for my clients, I'll see you back here at 9, where we're going to learn about environment is but your looking glass. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.